Hey there folks, this is GreenyXI, welcoming you right back to Let's Play Danganronpa. This is episode 34. In last episode, we found out that there was no killer. Sakura, even though some people tried to kill her, Sakura eventually killed herself. Also, between last episode and this episode, the night of the twins is over, so I can talk a bit louder again, and I'm exhausted. It is the morning after, but it's fine. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura? Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because, of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room herself.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Olga? Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed? I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, you should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Comic book time! Right, here we go. This is where it gets interesting to see how she did it exactly. The first one, we want to go for... Well, the three of them are reading the notes, and there's only one person missing, and that is Byakuya. So we'll chuck that in there. I want to check just in case it's a different picture, it looks very similar, because the game does that sometimes. No, that seems like it. So, move on to page 2. Or Act 2 as well. Let's have a look. Toko went there and visited, and she's in darkness, so we need to show her in the locker. But it's 2 locker ones, that's what I'm confused about now. I think is meant to be this one. I think so. I mean, it could be either, really. On to the next one. Showing when Hero went to visit and he smashed her with the bottle with the chess piece in it. So, we need to have a look for... I'm trying to think. Which one's he going there? The knight. So it must be this one with the knight in it, yeah? And then on the next one, he wrote this in there to make it look like Toko did the killing because he thought that he killed the ogre. Next up, he fled, she saw it all, she came out, and... well, she hasn't come out yet because she's still looking in the locker, right? But now she comes out, she does all the magazine stuff, puts it back upside down, which is Upside Down Magazine. Okay, on this part, Olga came along and she attacked. She sneezes, turns into Genocide Jack. And Genocide Jack attacks her out of shock more than anything. And we gotta put in the one with the Queen smashed out now. Yeah, it's all making sense. And then Genocide Jack really is like a cartoon character, and she's like Morgana from Persona 5. Got those wheels when she's running. I quite like that. But yeah, she tried to clean it up, but she didn't get every piece, and that's what made it heavier on the weighing scales when we did the investigation later. Olga still gets up. Jesus Christ, she can take a beating, and you'd expect her to be able to, looking at her. But she doesn't want to live anyway, so time for a bit of poison, and she swigs it down. Act 6. That's when we come along, we find her all dead in the chair. And there's Hina, looking all speechless. Let's have a look. She puts the poison... She sees the poison, Hina, when everyone's distracted, and puts it in a bag, takes it out, and at the same time... She takes the protein drink as well. Or puts it there, in fact. I think that should be it. Let's see.
Here's exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the clean chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? That's
What happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
And that's the trial over. And oh my god, I love the music for the comic book sections. So much. But a lot of the soundtrack's good for this game, so... Anyway, this alright. How many coins did that get us? Wow. A good 80, somewhere around there.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself. Okay, we're done here. So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What do you think?
And yet why did you do that?
Don't be
She could have
mean.
killed them all. Yeah, we almost died there.
What is
Because
this?
that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. That's why. I couldn't let her be the only one that died. You don't mean you're going to take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What
You
is
still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realise just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out to the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me, I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this, it's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No,
You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you. Hina. Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. They're friends. Sakura. She clearly believed, she completely believed, in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet... Yep, everyone attacked her. Well, a couple of people. You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what a suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
why?
That's how far you'd pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you? Hina, you came. Wait right here, I'll help you out. Huh? I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that? I have a favour to ask. A favour? I'd like some protein. Could I ask you to? You got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. And that's when she did it. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realised. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. That's fast-acting poison. Sakura.
Please.
Let me in. Please, open the door.
Why?
What?
Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realise it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. That's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said's nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what a suicide note meant? Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me.
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is,
yes,
don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What's that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. But what? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all by me, baby. This is the one Sakura adjusted Hina and put in her room. So he hid the proper suicide note. Crafty. What then? You lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. Just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. Didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? It's all part of the production process, okay? And scene. Cut.
And?
So then, what's she write in a real suicide note?
What are you
I'm glad you
gonna
asked.
do?
For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey,
But no, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
but hold
Isn't
on.
it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's what I came to feel. It's weird how they only voice acted little bits of that, like the odd sentence. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. Sacrificed so much, no normal person could do that.
However...
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
Such a sad letter. I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close, and still.
What are you
But in the
gonna
end,
do?
all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. It's all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Ah, lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? It's the life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game. Sakura and Hino are both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game. There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to. And that's to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the Mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone. Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still going to be the one having the fun time. The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time. But who? Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me? Oh heavens no. Just because the blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare times one rule. If I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. It's quite a good one too. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. Special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Looks like he found out about Alter Ego. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The colour, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous this could be, but still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul. My disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Your friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? It's a bit strange. Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. You killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got my way. He was trying to find things out, all sneaky.
Just as I
So you finally noticed him. Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you
You knew and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward, in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey.
So of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else, so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help us at the risk of his own life. And for that he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
Very
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like, just unreasonably upset.
well.
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that,
Uh-huh.
you need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina, is something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the Mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing. Which is, the Mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy! That was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. Makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You got
That's the whole point, stupid. Is to go back at you. All of you, for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. I could never let any of you greaseballs have it. But
too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What's it now?
Well, what?
It's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the Mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die, but she did. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. That's seriously it. Huh? Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die, she'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well.
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long. Think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message. Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. The Mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? If it was after Celeste's trial was over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey.
Answer me, what did you do to my body? Yep, he's done something. The Mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the Mastermind did? What did the Mastermind do to us? I mean, Did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off, and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. I'm trying to think where I've seen it from, and I can't quite think. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo,
So the class trial's over and Monikuma's gone.
but
So now what do we do?
yes.
What else is there, other than to head back up? Oh yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But... Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not
I
possible.
would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out. Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologise? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologising to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what happened there. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him? Sleazeball? That's right, I called you sleazeball, because you are sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, no, no!
Please stop fighting with Master. You make me jealous. I want the abuse, give and take. Me. Guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. Yeah, it's not like the closest group of friends have been the people who survived towards the end, even though there's still 2 chapters left and a bit more. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end. We returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms and before long, night snuck up on us. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. But what are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? You serious?
Hey,
Always. You don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. 3 a.m. How's Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Okay, let's see what she wants. It's so late, what happened?
Makoto.
I have a favour I need to ask. What's your favour?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? I thought it was locked. Let's head on up there. I do want to finish this chapter by the end of this episode, by the way. I can't quite remember. I think it's nearer this. Oh, gotta walk up and everything. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. I was going to take us there. Okay. Eventually I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. She may be inside already. Put my hand to the door with a certain amount of force. Rattle, rattle. It didn't open. I tried again, but... must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister? Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Well, trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? Ah!
Hey!
Sorry, my phone started buzzing. I can see that, you doll. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. Looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or you're gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko? Now you two. Whatever, 2 of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey,
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it, let's just go. Okay. Yeah, go on, get out of here. Shoo, shoo. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then,
Goodbye.
so goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. And then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What's the point of all that?
Whew.
Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. Weird. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
An extra student. There's always been a 16th one hiding away somewhere. But yeah, all-star apologies, finished. And then there were 6. 7? Okay, so we got 7 students, even though 1 died that chapter. Weird. But the ultimate despair, we got something coming. Alter Lump. It's alter ego. Okay, so... Oh, 4 by go. So we have got 7 students again. 1 randomly,
Mukuro
you know, shoved
Ikusaba.
somewhere. Anyways, we're not going to be starting chapter 5 yet. We're going to be leaving that for next time, as we always do. This has been GreenyXI. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching this suicidal class trial. I'll see you again in a bit when we go for chapter 5. Things are about to start sort of wrapping up a bit more now. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you again in a bit.